What's up guys, welcome back to another video, hope you're all doing well today. Now, I don't know if this is scraping the bottom of the barrel or if it's just something a little bit different. I thought I'd hop on and see what servers we're about today, and I shit you not, the most populated server on all of MX Bikes right now is the BIKELIFE, whichever one it is. It had 29 out of 30 people, so I just snuck in here. So you know what? I'm going to humour it. I'm going to load it up. Well, I say load it, I have loaded it up. And as you can see, we've got a little bit of a group ride going on here, if you can call it that. I don't know if there's someone special in particular in this lobby that is the reason that there's so many people in a row, or if people are just having a fun old time wheeling together. But, I mean, I personally find wheelies very easy to do in this game. Granted, I have a lot of hours, and I've spent many a time, as you've all seen on stream, in waiting for the Supercross races to start, just wheeling back and forth up and down the pits. So I suppose that's my practice, and I can't lie to you, it's fun for 5 minutes every now and then, but I don't think for the life of me I could ever just dedicate all of my hours on MX bikes to wheeling up and down on roads. Now, it never used to impress me at all. However, I saw a video not that long ago of someone, I don't know what bike they were on, but they had like hand cam and all sorts, and there was a very, very impressive clip. And the only way I can word it really is they was doing like this super slow speed wheelie, and then doing a full 180 while still on the back wheel, going the other direction, like doing full 360s on the back wheel. And that's the only time that I've ever... Oh, I'm surprised there's collisions on this server. That is the only time I've ever been, like, truly wowed by wheelies in this game. And I know there's some very, very successful YouTube videos out there of people doing wheelies as well, with, like, million-plus views. It's actually disgusting, which it's not the reason I'm doing this. Don't worry. I tried that in the very, very early days of my YouTube channel, and it completely failed. But I'm always open to new experiences. We'll give it a go. And I'm very interested to know, out of all the people watching this, how many of you, like, actively do this? Are there a lot of you that are part of the whole bike life community? And I think a lot of the time, I tend to say negative things about them, but that is just due to my own experiences. Where I'm from in the UK, especially like being just on the outskirts of London, all you see is like people like committing crimes on mopeds, like two up on bikes, stealing other people's motorbikes, just riding about with an angle grinder with them, and then hopping off, stealing bicycles, robbing people, whatever it may be. Maybe it's a bit different in America, maybe it's a slightly different view on it all, but at least in the UK it's not something that I would ever personally do or get behind. And I feel like a lot of the time I'm quite an open book and open to listening to other people's opinions, so I'm generally, I am intrigued. Do you think that BIKELIFE has a bad rep for no reason, or am I justified in that thinking? I think a lot of the time, what makes me laugh sometimes is it seems like the crowd that it attracts tends to be younger kids that usually are from quite a well-off family. Maybe they're white, more often than not. They're from a white middle-class family, and they act as if they're straight from the streets, you know, straight from the ghetto. They're rocking around with their Gucci bag and wearing their Air Forces and just trying to wheelie through the streets. And it's just weird. Maybe it's just a culture thing that I'm too old for, not clued up on. I can see why it's going to be fun. If I had a group of 5 friends or so and we was wheeling around the streets, it could be a good time. I have just absolutely destroyed that man's back. I am very sorry. What is your name? Cho something? Chode? Maybe. Oh, God. You know what? No, nobody's set a lap time in this lobby yet. Shall I be the first person just to burn around the entire track and set like a 5-minute long lap time around trial? Because there are timing gates on this, if nobody knew. If you go around the entire thing, it does work like that. And I'm interested... I guarantee there's like specific settings to make wheelie easy for yourself. Like, just keep the bike dead straight. Maybe you make your steering super stiff so you don't turn left and right at all. Why is this man trying to take me out again? What an arsehole. I thought this was meant to be a nice friendly bike ride. He's stopped in front of me. I could have really hurt myself there. There's cars coming the other direction, you fool. Right, there's no way I'll make it around this corner on the back wheel, is there? No, the curb's there. Don't hit the curb. Oh, look, this is what I mean. This guy just made it around there no problem. Some people are generally really good at this. So I always I think as a whole, I'm always impressed by people that are better at something than I am, which makes me more inclined to watch them. Like, look at the low speed that this guy's going around. His name La Puenta on the old Honda 230. Is this guy alright? Oh, it's a different guy completely now. I mean, I guess it doesn't just go for people on track. People in bike-like servers are a little bit oblivious as well. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm doing it. Am I part of Bike Life yet? You know, I used to get people commenting telling me that I was wheeling wrong, if that is such a thing. Apparently there is a correct way to wheelie. So why are you leaning forwards? You should be sat down, leaning back. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't know there was a correct way of doing wheelies in a virtual motocross game. Oh, Jesus. And I see a lot of people saying that these guys should hop over to GP bikes if they want to do this, but if I'm honest, I don't think the physics of GP bikes would ever work properly, so I don't mind that little aspect. They've got their wheelie weirdos part of Discord that they kind of keep themselves to. I feel like probably missing out a little bit. I'm sure if I went to go and download some like Bape gloves and bucket helmet and Gucci shirt and everything, I'd probably see a lot more people's gear in game, because we are just rocking mostly stock Proboso stuff now. We try and get a fast one going, see how fast we can go, because we are on the main straight here. Let's get off the back now. We go. We're up to 57 miles an hour. You absolute arsehole. Okay, yeah, I guess they are dickheads after all. It takes two, baby. Ah, it would appear that I can no longer get it up. Please don't take that out of context. I can no longer wheelie. I think my tyres are completely boofed. The traction is completely gone. We're just spinning now. So I guess we go back to the pits and reset. I just saw someone ask in chat if, I'm guessing they know him, like if so-and-so is on their VR headset. I imagine that could be quite cool, just wheeling about in VR in this game. VR is one of the things I've always wanted to dabble in on MX bikes, but I cannot for the life of me justify spending that much money on a VR headset just for MX bikes. You know, it's ridiculous. If I had one already, then 100% I would make some videos for you guys, but I cannot justify it. It seems way too much for me. So I saw the other day, I was in, I think it was a Populated server, and I saw Beacon was in there, and Beacon is quite a, I guess, popular figure in the bike life community. He has a lot of videos on wheeling, most of them on trial to be fair, and he was in there, and I was very surprised. I thought a lot of these guys were tarmac only. It was interesting seeing them riding on some dirt. Do you reckon I can get a thumbnail at some point? I mean, I can get a thumbnail from that maybe. That is a pretty banging screenshot, if I do say so myself. That is 100% thumbnail material. Yes, please, F12 that bad boy. If you've managed to make it through, like, I guess 5+ minutes so far, depends how much I edit out, of me just wheeling in a trial server, then you're probably one of the devoted fans, so thank you very much. I did just want to say that this weekend, I think... I'm not going to plan on day. Obviously, it's Easter weekend. People might be away or whatever. It depends what happens with my plans. To celebrate the 50,000 subs, I would like to do like a super long MX bike streams, whether that's public lobbies or whatever it may be. Maybe there's general races on that day, or just a combination of both. I would really like to do it. So just keep an eye on the channel, see what comes up. It's not going to be like a special 50k video at all, but I think a really long stream is kind of my way of saying thank you, and I do appreciate all of you. And I said it in the last video and probably the video before that, and I just never would have imagined when I started sitting down and talking to myself whilst playing a motorbike video game that there would be 50,000 people that are interested in watching it. So give yourselves all a massive pat on the back, and thank you so much for letting me do this for my job for the time being. I'm sure that'll change probably over the next year or so. I'll probably start looking again at some point, but it's done more for me than you realise, because right now it's given me the flexibility to be able to really try and spend the time to improve as a person and improve my health overall, because I was scrolling through pictures on my phone earlier today, like years and years old, and I'm almost unrecognisable as a person. Like, you could just describe me as a circle years ago, and now I'm quite happy with where I'm at. Obviously, I'm gymming almost every single day. Got to throw the occasional rest day in there, but I'm just really enjoying it, and it's not something that I ever thought I would do. So I have you guys to thank for that, and I feel like it's put me in a better place overall. I don't know how many of you remember, but probably even like a year ago or so, I feel like I was always a really like miserable fucker. I mean, I can be now on race days, don't get me wrong, but even in just general day-to-day life, I was never, like, super happy all the time, and I guess I can just probably put it down to a lack of exercise. I mean, that's what doctors recommend, isn't it? Is you go and exercise for, like, half hour to an hour a day, and, I mean, it's definitely doing the trick. So, yeah, thank you very much for allowing me to do that. So, whilst this has been fun for a very short amount of time, if I'm honest, it's not given me that massive dopamine kick that it probably does to some guys. I can see how people enjoy it, especially riding around in groups with other people wheeling side by side. He's happy to admit that I do not have quite the level of skill that some of the guys in here do. I certainly try my best. I feel like once you get into the right position on the bike, it's almost just like not an idle game, but did anyone ever play like Copter when they were a kid? It was a game where you literally was a helicopter going through a side scroller and you just click to make it go up, let go, click to make it go down. It's literally just that, and making sure that your front wheel's in the right place on the screen. It's fairly straightforward. That will do it from me. I had no idea how this video is going to do. I imagine it will probably be a 10 out of 10 in my last 10 videos, as in 10 being the worst, by the way, if no one knew YouTube wording. That's how it works, is it ranks your videos out your last 10, 1 being the best, 10 being the worst. It'll probably be a 10, so, but either way, it's fun while it lasted. I hope you enjoyed it, nonetheless, and my random ramblings. Hopefully I've not offended too many people, and like I said, if you are a big part of the bike life community, I mean, leave a comment down below and let me know what it is that you really enjoy about it as well, and have I got the wrong perception? Is that maybe just a UK thing of people giving it a bad reputation? But that'll do it from me. Drop a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Have a lovely rest of the day, whatever you're up to, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's video. Peace.